speaking.
It's not my insecurity.
It is
So
indeed.
basically, I'll explain it. He
Yeah.
said there's 3 hadiths that it shows the Prophet. One of them is about
Killing apostates.
he got permission from God to kill someone who was slandering him,
You maligned him.
or
Yeah.
someone else, and then another one about.
To be honest, you know, he doesn't know the context.
Let her explain.
Yeah, she did explain. He doesn't know the context. So what he does is he looks at the face value of a hadith and he says that is it. In the time of Prophet peace be upon him, there were laws for both the Muslims and the non-Muslims, and these laws were there for everyone, including the Jews, the Christians, the Muslims,
That's what I
all
said
of
to him.
them.
Have you looked at the faults in your own
Yeah.
Bible?
For example, you know, apostasy. In the Bible, there is apostasy law, which is to kill the apostate. Okay? That is clearly mentioned in Deuteronomy, which is from his God, but he won't bring that up. You know why? He goes,
His job to bring it
look,
up.
look, he goes,
No,
shut
I've
that
got-
time.
Let me talk about it then.
No, let me finish. Don't
No,
interrupt.
let me-
Don't interrupt.
No,
I know you're insecure. So let me expose you
Alright.
from the Bible.
You know what I'm gonna do?
In the Bible,
You know what I'm gonna do?
there is
I'm gonna walk
apostasy
away.
law. Of course, you're going to walk
You know
away
why?
because when the
Because he's
Bible
being
is brought up,
disrespectful.
they run away.
He's actually being disrespectful.
How am I being
He's
disrespectful?
talking
Both of
to,
you,
if I'm,
both of you.
You haven't let me finish. I haven't
listen to
finished
her,
yet.
she's saying
Both
calm
of
down.
you, both of you.
Yeah.
Calm down. Okay. So the point is, he was telling me about 3 of them. I said to him, okay, but this is what all Christians do here. They look for little faults and sometimes they change
Yeah.
the words.
In fact, everything they can show us, it is in the Bible.
He said you do the same
Yeah,
thing.
everything they show us from the hadith is actually in the Bible, but they will never ever
Wasn't I-
condemn
give me one
anything
second,
in the
let me say
Bible.
something. Wasn't I fair when I said to you, if you don't know, you can get any Muslim that you want and bring them here?
Yeah, I said
he
I would
came.
ask them.
He came first, and then he came, but he never
Here
came
comes
with,
here comes the victim card. Watch it. Go on. Let's see the victim.
he
Here
never
the
came
victim
with the
card.
right energy, right? He's talking about Deuteronomy, right?
Yes.
That is in the Bible, but that's Jewish tradition. Now we can talk about that.
Is it from your God?
It is.
Okay.
But we can
So
talk,
do you agree or do
but we can talk
no,
about that.
do you
but I
condemn
want
the
you to
apostasy
understand-
law
Of
of
course I
stoning?
do. Of
You
course I
condemn
do.
it.
But we have to go through
Wait,
the text.
do you condemn
We
the
have to-
apostasy
We
law?
have to go through the text.
It's in Deuteronomy. In his Bible, it says anyone who converts from the family, yes, they should be put to death. Now he said he condemns it. You know, he just said he condemns it. Did you notice
What it
that?
says,
He
if you
condemns his
entice
own
them
God's
into
word.
Another religion to worship other gods.
It's not another religion. Same God.
Enticing them to worship other gods.
Yes,
Get the text
that's
out.
called apostasy.
But what I would say first and foremost, right?
So do you condemn it? Let's start with that.
Let's
Do you
start with
condemn
this.
it?
Let's start with this.
What?
Can you just be quiet for 1 second?
Yeah, I
Let's
can.
start with this.
Yeah, but
Thank
you need to-
No.
you need to answer
be
the
quiet
question.
for 1 second.
Yeah.
You can't come in here and ask me a question.
I can,
I was
actually.
having a conversation with her.
I
first.
can.
So if you want to come in the conversation,
No, there's no such law.
Oh,
No such
man.
rule.
Why-
You said 1 second,
You're
your second
the
is over.
insecure one.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are.
The
Why are
reason you
about
brought up those
religion?
hadith is to show that Islam is bad. But the thing is, you'll find something worse in the Bible. According to them, they can't be forgiven without the human sacrifice of Jesus. Okay? Without the human now, the only people who actually believed in human sacrifice for atonement of sin were the pagans.
See how he's jumping?
So they have actually gone to
how he's
paganism
jumping?
from the
Why
you know,
can't you-
Abraham,
Hashim,
Moses,
Hashim,
Jesus,
why can't you
all
address-
of this, they
Hashim,
worship
we're not-
one God.
we're not
I'm
communicating
talking
here.
to her, not to you.
Okay, I'm
Okay.
gonna walk away.
Of course you're going to walk away because you
You're
have
not
nothing to
talking
say.
me. You're not talking to me. You're running
When I
away.
talk to you, you change the topic.
What do you mean? There was a topic already before you came in.
Yes, and I'm
You
addressing
can't
the
come in.
topic.
How are you addressing?
Did he not show you
Oh
the
my
hadith
days.
about apostasy?
You are
And I
impossible to
responded to apostasy in the Bible.
are impossible to
He
talk to.
said he condemns it in the Bible, which means he
Then-
condemns his own
Didn't I
God.
go through the text? Did I go through the text with you? And did I say to you that you can bring any Muslim here, including him, including
Yes.
Mansour, right? So I'm happy to discuss the text with him. There's no problem with that. But he's just come in, right? He's jumped straight into Deuteronomy. He hasn't brought up the
That's
text.
because you
right?
condemn it.
Wait, he hasn't brought up the text. I never said I condemned it.
Oh, you
I
did?
never said I
So you're
condemned
okay with it then?
I
You're
never-
okay with
I
apostasy?
reserve my judgment until we speak about this properly.
You are okay
Can you
with
just
killing
be quiet
of
for-
apostates?
Can you just be quiet?
No,
for a
you don't tell
second?
me what to do.
All right,
If you
no,
want to walk away,
then-
walk away. Anytime.
So
You
basically,
know what?
you
Okay,
said-
because that is your exit.
I gave.
in the
Let me show you from the Bible about the apostasy. Yeah,
I'm gonna walk away.
yeah, run away,
You don't
boy.
want to talk about.
Run away,
you don't
boy.
wanna
No
talk about his
problem.
hadiths, right? It would have been nice if he addressed those hadiths first, and then we went to this. I'm happy to do that.
Are
If
you sure?
If you agree with that, we'll do it
Okay,
right now.
so you're not going to run away in the middle of the discussion when I bring up the Bible, will you?
That's fine. We
Okay,
can go through it
you
right
bring
now.
one hadith, I'll bring a Bible verse.
No,
How
I
about
wanna
that?
go through
That's
the
only
free-
fair.
No,
What I
no,
wanna
no,
do-
three will take
I
a long
wanna-
time. One at a time.
There's no rush.
There's no rush?
no rush.
Really?
Yeah,
Let's
we've
see.
got the time.
Okay, so if there's no
We've
rush,
got the time.
if there's no rush, let's do one hadith, one Bible verse.
Okay.
How about that? Is that fair?
Let's do it.
Good?
That's fine.
Let's bring it on. Come on.
interesting, no?
We're not doing it.
Are you Christian?
Who said that?
Are you Christian?
I'm saying to you.
You're a nobody.
You know it.
Hadith rejectors are nobodies.
Hadith written by after 600 years.
No, it wasn't.
South America.
It wasn't.
From South America.
Yes, I know.
They're both Christians.
So when I was talking to the lady, this is the point that I made, right?
Go on.
That Muhammad had his people murdered by his followers, including apostates.
No, read it as it is. Without you putting your own words in it. Read it as it is in the Hadith. Because what he does is he puts his own spin. This is what Christians do. They love to put the spin. No, we read it as it is.
Okay, without
in the
spin.
Bible.
Okay, without spin.
Yeah, no
Okay.
spins.
Oh, you as well.
Keep your spin to yourself.
You are the one to spin. I tell you.
God bless you, brother. We read in Sahih al-Bukhari 6922. Narrated. You want to get it out?
Yeah, you read it. Read it.
You can't get it out. So remember, last time you didn't trust that I was reading it, the original source.
Read it, I'm listening.
Yeah, I want her to be ready. This is for her. It's not really for you.
I thought it was for me until now. Bring anyone you want. Now all of a sudden it's not about me.
Remember, we're discussing what was discussed before.
Dude, it's okay. Hold your insecurities. Yeah, go and read it.
Sahih al-Bukhari 6922, yeah?
Yeah.
Narrated Ikrimah, some atheists were brought to Ali and he burnt them. The news of this event reached Ibn Abbas, who said, "If I had been in his place, I would not have burnt them, as Allah's messenger forbade it, saying, 'Do not punish anybody with Allah's punishment, fire.' I would have killed them according to the statement of Allah's messenger. Whoever changed his Islamic religion, then kill him."
What's your point?
That if you change your Islamic religion, you
Yeah.
are worthy of death.
All right. That's apostasy.
Did you know that
Is
beforehand?
that
Did
apostasy
you
for
know
you?
that beforehand?
Is that apostasy for
Asking the
you?
lady a question. Did you know that
I
beforehand?
think I knew something like this.
So you wasn't sure.
Yeah.
So I'm just making it
Okay,
clear.
so-
I'm educating her.
That's fine.
On things.
It's
that,
about apostasy. We got it. No need to keep repeating.
Do you accept that?
Okay, me
Do
first,
you accept that
first and
statement?
foremost,
Let me ask you the question.
can
now.
I answer the way I
No,
want
no, no.
without
Let me ask you
imposing
the
and
question
pointing
now.
fingers?
Okay, I won't point
Right,
fingers.
calm down
Can I
first.
ask you the question
Calm
now?
down. You need
Can
to
I
calm
ask
down.
you the
Yeah,
question
go
now?
on.
Do you approve of that or do you condemn it?
Okay, now I'll answer the way I want.
yes or no?
Okay, no, it's not a yes or no. Don't tell me how to answer.
No, that's fine.
Don't tell me how to answer. Yeah, look at the camera. See how stupid you look. You want to go away? Walk.
He wants
Because I will
me-
answer
he
the way I
actually
want.
wants me to walk
Because
away.
in a-
He actually wants me to walk away.
Just like in Deuteronomy, in the time of Moses, when apostasy was actually punished by death, just like in the Hadith here.
Looking for something in
Yeah.
the Bible.
No, it doesn't matter. It's in Deuteronomy. We got lots of them. Don't worry.
Bring it up,
Okay.
the text.
Yeah, of course I'll bring
I
up the
need to
text.
answer my
Okay.
question.
So
Do
your
you
question,
condemn this or not?
I will answer the way I want, not yes and no. Okay. If you got a problem with that, walk.
See,
but you-
how many times are you telling me to walk? Right?
Because
You want me to go.
you're imposing conditions.
Let's work
Okay,
around.
so
You want
in
me to walk?
in Islamic
Let's work
country,
around,
look,
sir.
under
Go out in the
Sharia,
flesh.
if this is the case, and by the way, there is a due process. It's not like somebody leaves Islam and straight away you chop their head off. No, there's actually a due process. They go to the court, they establish what exactly is the problem, and then also they were given time to reflect on it. So it's not straight away like the way you think it is.
But they still
And this is hold
apply
on, stop interrupting. In Islamic Sharia, if you live under there, which means you have to agree by the law, just like in America. If you commit treason, then it is the death penalty then. So if you want to live in America, then you have to abide by the laws of America, right? Just because, by the way, this is the 21st century, they still get death penalty. Yes? Now, in the case of Deuteronomy,
No,
like in
why
the
did
time of
Ali burn-
Moses,
Why did Ali burn them?
what Ali radiallahu did, actually it is a companion who's condemning it. Have you noticed that in the
But he
hadith?
says he would have killed him in another way, not by Allah's
Yeah, not by
fire.
burning.
So still would have
Not by
killed-
burning.
So
Yes.
how then?
By the
How
way,
Allah
did I
say-
say it's not death penalty? It is death penalty for
you-
apostates.
so
But
you-
in a Sharia, where the country is following the Sharia law, not in Britain or somewhere
So
else
you
where they
support
don't have
the killing-
Sharia.
So you support the killing of all apostates then?
In the Sharia, done through the due process,
You hearing
yes.
that? In the Sharia.
Yes.
And do you want
Okay.
Sharia law to
No,
be...
no, don't ask
Do you
me.
want the Sharia law to be all over the world?
Depends if they want it.
Do you want that? What would you like? Why are you here?
Okay.
You're here because you want to spread Islam, right?
Okay, let me ask you this.
So,
If the
so
people-
you want Sharia law here. So
See, did you notice that? I answered the hadith, now he's going to another topic. Now my turn to ask
Can
about
you
the hadith.
condemn the Muslims that are killing the Christians in
Stop
Syria,
interrupting.
the Muslims that are killing
Stop
the
interrupting.
Christians in Nigeria, the Muslims that are raping, rampaging wild?
Stop interrupting.
Are you
I don't
going
want
to
to talk to you.
condemn the Christians?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that If the Deuteronomy says the same thing, would you? If Deuteronomy says the same thing, would you consent?
Are you going to condemn man?
Somebody call the police. This guy's harassing. Call the police on this guy.
Calm it down, calm it down, calm it
I
down.
don't want to talk to you.
Calm it down, please.
Get the message.
Let's calm it down, calm it down.
So you agree with that one as well?
Will you condemn?
Apostasy killing according to Sharia law.
Okay. He said to bring the verse in the Bible. Here's the passage in the Bible. In the Bible, it says here,
What is the question?
brother. It's the same. I'm showing. I'm showing the apostasy. They'll come. They'll come there.
A global crusade. The Christians are ready. Just give us. Assalamu alaikum, akhi.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Anyone who is Muslim can convert to another religion.
Well, she doesn't agree. Thank you.
They're coming.
The police.
That's the difference between Christians.
That's good. Let's move. If they come, then they're harassing. All right, guys, they're gone. Let's come back here.
No, I don't know.
I was going to show the apostasy law in the Bible. Okay, gone. By the way, you asked a question, do I want Sharia here? If the majority of the people agree, then yes.
No, do you want to hear or not?
I just said, if the majority agree, yes.
Without their agreement, what do you want?
It's all based on, if you come in any country, if you got only a minority who want a certain law, obviously not going to work. It's common sense.
I'm asking you what
it's
you
common
want.
sense.
No,
I just told you, conditionally.
What do you want?
Not the way you want to answer. I'll answer the way I want.
If I don't want Sharia law, right?
Then you can move to another country.
Well, I'm in England. There's no Sharia law.
Like I said, in England, okay, so in England, if the majority want, will you move out?
Do you want Sharia law?
Answer the question. If the majority in England want Sharia law, will you move out?
If Sharia
will
law,
you move out?
If Sharia law is in this country, I'd move.
Will you? Yeah, you'll move. So you don't believe in democracy?
I would move.
Do you believe in democracy?
I'm a Christian.
Will you?
I'm a Christian.
Okay, well,
if I'm living in
how does a Christian rule?
Law,
do you know according to
work in my favor?
Based on Christianity, you have to accept the law of the land. Do you know that? The Bible, in the Bible, you have to accept Sharia.
So Christians can't travel?
No, Jesus said, according to your book, according to Jesus
said scatter when there's persecution.
No. Yeah, if there's persecution. So if there's no persecution, you're okay. Do you know how many Christians lived under Sharia? And they were okay with it. How many Jews lived under Sharia and they were okay with it? Yes, Maimonides, one of the greatest scholars of the Jews, he lived in a Muslim country for many, many decades. And the Muslims gave them, Muslims actually honored them and respected them for their knowledge. I've already answered you. I don't want to answer the way you want, I'll answer the way I want. You said you don't believe in democracy. You don't believe in the law. Oh, do you? Okay, so let me ask you once again. If the majority want Sharia, are you okay with it or not?
If they want Sharia and that's what is implemented, I will move.
So you're not okay with democracy? Because democracy is what? If the majority agree, then that is democracy.
So you're saying I have to stay in this country?
So you are against democracy?
Are you against democracy?
I'm not actually. I'm not.
Were you born and bred
I'm not. Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, were you? Were you? Okay, so you're still against, even though you're born and bred here, you're still against democracy.
You must be against democracy.
This is what happens, you know, as soon as Sharia comes, democracy goes out the window.
Where he was before he came to here. So why didn't you agree what was going on there?
I can go anywhere in the world. Who are you?
I can as well.
When did I say you can't?
So why am I against
He's lost the plot already. I said you don't believe in democracy. Because
How does that mean I don't believe in democracy?
Because according to you, if the majority agree, yes, good. If the majority agree, then you said you're not okay with it. Am I right?
I'm not okay with that.
Thank you. So that's not democracy. Because the democracy is by the majority, and what about the majority agree? Then they have to.
A democracy respects the decision. I'd respect the decision.
Okay.
I would just move.
So you're okay with respecting Sharia?
I'd respect the decision.
You're okay with respecting Sharia then?
If it was implemented,
yeah,
and everyone had a vote,
yes,
just like Brexit.
No. Sharia is not based on votes.
Just like Brexit. What are you talking about?
Sharia is not based on votes like the way you think.
The majority.
Yes, the majority.
Now you're saying it's not
you need to know how the Sharia is elected, how the Caliph is elected. You obviously are ignorant of it.
Okay.
So you think democracy is equal to Sharia? Look at this guy. He's not the same. You know why the Sharia is better? I'll tell you why. Because in a Sharia, how the voting is conducted, the representatives of the people are the ones who vote, not any Tom, Dick, and Harry who has no idea about whom they're voting for. Sometimes what happens in a democracy, they give you money and they will vote for the candidate who paid them. So this is called bribery. And in a democracy, that falls apart. Because the thing is that the one who has the most money, they can bribe people and get them into electing the leader who is the richest maybe, or the most powerful. Unfortunately, you can have corrupt leaders, and that's the reason today we see corrupt leaders who take us to war. In England, for example, when Britain went to war during the Gulf War, the democracy did not agree with it. The majority of people were against the war. But what did the leaders who were elected do? They went to war anyway on a false pretext of some dodgy dossier that there are weapons of mass destruction. A million people died. A million people died. You stop threatening me about walking away. Walk away if you have to. Who the hell are you, man? So let me read. I knew you will not keep his word. I said I'm going to read Deuteronomy from the Bible. You asked me a question, I'll answer the way I want. I told you already. Okay, so let's discuss the apostasy. I knew you'd go to run away when the Bible came out. Okay, so this guy had a huge problem with apostasy, which means the killing of people who leave the religion. It is actually, before even it was in the Hadith, it was in the Bible, in the Old Testament, in Deuteronomy chapter 13, it says, if your very own brothers, or your son or daughter, or wife you love, or your closest friend secretly entice you, saying, let us go and worship other gods. Okay? Then what you do is, by the way, gods here that neither you nor your ancestors have known, gods of the people around you, whether near or far, from one end of the land to the other, do not yield to them or listen to them. Show them no pity. Remember, this is the apostasy law that I'm now going to quote from the Bible. It says here, you must certainly do not spare them or shield them. You must certainly put them to death. Your hand must be the first in putting them to death, and then the hands of all the people. Stone them to death, because they tried to turn you away from the Lord your God, who brought you out of the wilderness, out of Egypt and out of the land of slavery. Then all Israel will hear and be afraid, and no one among you will do such an evil therein again. This is Deuteronomy chapter 13, verse number 6 to 11. Clearly, apostasy in the Bible. He said he's not going to condemn what's in the Bible. Why? Because it's from his God. If it's in the Hadith, he'll condemn it, but the exact same, in fact, even worse than that. Even worse, because there's no mention of any due process here. There's no going to the judge, no understanding of his mental state or his physical state, none of that. Just stone them to death. That is stone cold from the Bible in Deuteronomy, which is one of the first 5 books from Moses, according to the Christians. And this is the law of apostasy in the Bible. If you condemn the Hadith, then condemn your God, who actually, in a way, revealed this particular passage. It is from your God, the same God you worship, whether as a Trinity or not. It's the same God that you worship in Christianity, because the Old Testament is actually the same God. Also, Old Testament God is different?
No.
Is it different?
The Allah of Islam is
No. I'm saying Old Testament, New Testament.
The God of
okay,
the
go away, you.
God of the heaven
Get
and
away
earth
from here.
is the God of
Okay, now we got the shayateen here. Okay, they don't actually believe in the Bible. By the way, stop coming in my space. Yes, God of Jesus. God of Jesus. And God of Jesus said, according to the Old Testament, stone the apostates. Okay, so anyway, Jazakallah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Allah is the devil. Allah is the devil. Allah